Welcome back, everyone, to BBB Sharing. I'm Evie, Director of Ignite, sparked by BBB. We are here in our podcast studio once again with a friend we met through Bud from Virginia Breeze.
Bud is everywhere.
He is everywhere, and he
Scary.
makes great introductions for
He does.
us. So, BJ,
Yes.
tell us about yourself.
Well, first off, it's great to be here with y'all. I've been having a really great time getting to know both of you. And my name is BJ Kocen. A lot of people know me from lots of different careers through being here in Richmond. For about 20 years, my wife and myself ran the BJ Kocen Gallery on West Main Street. But before that, my degree was theater, so I was on stage. And realized that I enjoyed being myself on stage more than playing someone else. So I got into songwriting and singing and playing guitar, and put out a few records. And now I'm so glad to say that for the past 10 years, my writing partner has been Steve Bassett. We're about to put out a record sometime this year of some of our best material. And all my life I've been in the arts, up, down, left, right, every side of it.
I love it. I actually went to VCU. My dad had a heart attack. Because I told you I'm from Harrisonburg. He wanted me to go to JMU or UVA. Those were my only two options. So when I told him I was going to VCU and I wanted to study broadcast journalism, he's like, great, have fun starving.
You'll make tens and tens of dollars.
So how does a father make a song like that, right? So you're the expert. So my daughter's going to go to Virginia. I'm not going to send her food. Is that how it works? Tell us the story writing.
I
I can't sing, can I?
No. You can sing. I don't know if you can sing well, but
Right.
you can
Yeah,
sing.
anybody can sing. Good point.
No.
I love that.
No, the good thing about putting it out, the fact that you want to sing or did just sing is shows something about your personality. A lot of people are too scared to even remotely open their mouth. Oh, I don't know.
I lip sync at church. Yeah, I swear to God.
That counts.
I lip sync. And the board of directors, Dave Barrett, he's my boss, one of my millions of bosses, but he goes to church with me sometimes. He can sing. This man can sing. And I'm just, mouth is just going, but I ain't nothing coming out. He makes me so intimidated.
Fair enough. I mean, it's like your buddy would say, "Take it, Barry," and then you'd open your mouth and they'd be like, "Give it back, Barry." but anyway, no, I would say, if we really were doing a joke, I could certainly do a joke about it, but. It just takes a conversation. Like most of the times when I'm writing a song, or even like when people are writing bits, they don't just sit there with a notebook. They just talk and jam. And so me and Evie would maybe talk a little bit more about what her father would say to her, and maybe find the line that would be the springboard into writing the song, And so,
as your creative director, her father is Greek, so he speaks Greek. Would you put in some Greek words, maybe,
Sure.
to make the song really hit the charts? I'm just saying.
And immediately my mind goes to the pun about it's all Greek to me, like it was all Greek to him why you wanted to go to VCU. There could be a whole play on his not understanding about why it was important to you to go there, which I shared with you. Like when my folks wanted me to go to University of Richmond, but again, I wanted to be on stage, and at the time, they only had a drama class in the English department. Now, UR has an incredible theater program with incredible theater, but back then they only had one class, and I was like, well, I want to go to VCU because they have an amazing theater department that's recognized up and down the East Coast. So I get it. I understand. You stood your ground, and look at you now.
Yeah.
You're running things over here.
I'm doing it's pretty relevant to what I studied, I think.
It is highly relevant.
That's it.
So what advice?
What's your dad's name?
Pano.
Pano.
My mom calls him Pan.
Pano. It panned out for me just because you thought it was Greek. It weren't. All of a sudden, it's a country song. That's interesting.
Yeah, let me ask you.
I love country
I'm
music.
dying to know, from your professional opinion, why is everything go country? That's got to be disastrous. Family dysfunction, trailer park,
That's
everything.
not true, Barry. There are lots of love songs that are country music. I love those.
I don't
It
know.
always goes,
I don't know. It's a good point. Like, I don't know. There's something that is inherently basic in a country song, but then that makes it universal. And it's easy to encapsulate something in maybe a contrived way in a country song. But when you get into the lyrics, usually, I mean, the stereotype about dogs, whiskey, trucks, there's still, like, for example, Chris Stapleton to me is a modern day Willie Nelson.
Yep.
I can't think of a song that he's written that I haven't related to in my life. The guy in country song, the economy of the lyric and how they get right to the point and the heart of the matter. I like to think of, I've said this to my buddy Steve, like when we write, I like to think of the economy of the lyric. If you can put it on a postcard, then you've gotten to the point. And I think a lot of country songs do that, you can pick apart any genre, any artist, whatever. You can say pros and cons to it. But I don't know. I think country gets to the heart of the matter a lot of times.
It really does. I love country music. People always ask me all the time, they're like, how can you be Greek and love country music? And I'm like, you don't understand how similar the two are, right? Because we have what's called a genre in Greek is called laika. And it is like country music, like folk music, very slow and drawn out, and it's telling a story, and you have time to listen to the lyrics and really get involved with it. And that's why I love country music, because it's always a story.
Yeah. What can I say? I mean, I'm a fan of all music. I mean, when I was in first grade, I took the Beatles' Abbey Road in for show and tell, where everybody else was bringing in toys and stuff.
What was your first album you ever bought? Do you remember?
The first
Do you remember yours?
album.
I do.
The first album I ever that I bought, because my mommy bought me.
Well, the one you told mommy to pick out.
The first one, easy. The soundtrack to Walt Disney's Robin Hood, which, by the way, Roger Miller did the music for. Roger Miller, a great country artist, which was one of the things that I loved about Disney is, the Jungle Book had songs by Louis Prima, great jazz singer. The Robin Hood, Roger Miller, was it like Robin Hood and Little John walking through the forest? And then oodalada, golly, what a day. Just stuck with me as a kid. So that was it. I liked the music in the cartoons, maybe sometimes more than the cartoons. It just stuck on my head. So yeah, that was the first
generation. One. We're all different ages here. Evie, go ahead.
Okay, so I did, when Spotify first came out, one of the first things I did was download original soundtracks to movies that I loved. Like Pride and Prejudice is one of my favorite ones. But my first album that I bought was actually a Christmas gift that I had been asking and begging for my parents. Don't judge me, anybody that's listening. It was Aaron Carter, and I remember I got my CD player too, and it was "I Want Candy" was my favorite song on that.
Wait,
Yep.
is that the cover? Is that the?
I was pretty sure that was the cover. Yeah.
Oh God, what's
and
the name
I
of
was
it?
obsessed with Aaron Carter.
I
His
want
brother,
candy.
yeah. Yes.
Oh my
His
God.
brother was, I think his older brother was what part of the Backstreet Boys, who I was also a huge fan of. It was always a debate between NSYNC and the Backstreet Boys, and I was hardcore Backstreet Boys.
I love it.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's cool. What about you, man?
So
you
mine
can't
was,
escape this.
I
Yeah.
can't wait to tell you, you don't even know who it is. Glenn Campbell, Galveston.
Love Gil. Are you kidding?
Unbelievable. My mother, bought that album. It was a big deal. But then for me, and it's pretty funny because it goes right back to Bud and the Breeze. That's everything revolves around Bud. Let's make that clear over and over again. But he brings people together. But then it was Doobie Brothers, Jay Giles, right? That was mine.
Awesome.
And do you know Poco? Do you know Poco? Of
course.
So you don't know who it is, but they played Poco the other day. I couldn't believe it. I made a comment on the BBB page. That's what you get, Liz, downloading a free music app from the breeze.
Yeah.
Listen to Bill Bevins, Adam Stubbs, Elise Jennings, and then all these other guys from California. He's got all these other people. And I heard Poco, and you have no idea who it is.
I'll
But
go
it was
listen to
it was
it.
unbelievable. Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway.
One of the first country rock bands, and then I think the lineage of the people who were in Poco, it was like an all-star band. I can't remember necessarily, but I feel
you know
like,
more than I do. Yeah.
I feel like maybe someone
Marshall
from
Tucker, maybe.
Buffalo Springfield.
That could be.
And oh my Lord, someone that might have been in the Byrds. I can't remember for sure.
Wow.
You're gonna get some. You're gonna get some comments. You're wrong.
Yeah, right.
You're wrong.
You're wrong. That's not Barry speaking. That's BJ talking there.
I love the Breeze too. I love the fact that they play some of my favorites and then stuff that I've never heard before, which is so cool.
Yeah.
And that each DJ brings a different flavor and personality to what they spin, and I love it.
So we're at, believe it or not, 11 minutes already. That's how quickly these kind of conversations go when it's just conversation. 11 minutes.
Not fair.
They tell us that over 10 minutes, nobody's listening. So nobody's listening right now.
Dang it.
Except you're on.
Can we still talk though when
Everybody
this is over?
listens. Sure. Everybody listens to Evie. So trust me, time is money, money's time. But we love to waste time. But when we have fun, right?
Yep.
And so we're going to give Bud this to play on a Sunday morning, and you're going to put it out on all the channels. You're going to educate BJ. But what is your vision? Can you share your vision about podcasting? What should it be about?
Gosh.
What's the purpose?
Thanks for asking. I mean, I've always in my career tried to find what the missing niche is. Niche. And
that's your Brooklyn in you.
yeah, the niche. Where's
Tony
you got to
Soprano.
scratch the niche. But all that to say, and I just feel like it has gotten so exciting over the years of Virginia singer-songwriters and musicians that are making noise on a national level, but also just putting the spotlight on what's happening around town or outside of town in Charlottesville, other areas of Virginia, where there's exciting venues still doing live music and playing bands. Again, like the live connection, I think we are losing to being so immediate when you can just look at something on your phone. I just think there's nothing better we can do on this planet to either be outside and connect with Mother Nature or connect with each other. And so I want to put a spotlight on people that are making exciting music, making exciting songs, and getting people to understand how amazing we have. I mean, there's so many people that are coming out of Virginia now and continue to come out. I want to get those people on a podcast and talk to them. And again, that's what's so fun about podcasts is that you have time on a podcast to really dig in some great subjects with somebody that you admire.
Yeah. So Carrie Brockwell, I don't know if you listen to her, right? So I know her mom and dad. So I knew her when she was born, right? And she's amazing, right? And then Brittany Wortham, still kicking it down there in Nashville. And then Tony Jackson is one of the local best. Went to all the bar trips back in the day. Right back in the early 2000s and listen to Tony. I call him Darius Rucker too because he does look like Darius Rucker, mannerisms and all, but he's an incredible talent, I believe. So, yeah, I'm excited to hear more about your podcast visions, your ideas. But, Evie, as time always says, Barry talked too much. Go ahead. Wrap it up.
I love the conversations I have in the podcast studio. BJ, thank you so much for joining us. Everyone that is
Crowd
listening,
went wild.
Yes, everyone that's listening, please make sure to keep following us on social media, Instagram and TikTok, Facebook, BBB Sharing or BBB Serving Central Virginia. Please spell out Central Virginia. I know we want to, cut it down, but don't do that. Spell out Central Virginia. Make sure you follow us. And of course, BJ might be back visiting us again soon. So
you
make
have a
sure
new
you're staying
website.
Right. So if you're on
God,
TikTok
tomorrow.
or you're on Instagram, again, BBB Central Virginia, please make sure to check out our new website coming live tomorrow. It'll help you navigate through our Ignite program a little bit better. And if you're listening to this on Spotify, please make sure to follow us at BBB Sharing and, of course, share it out.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Let's go.
Thank you.